Wrestling in 2025 is honestly crazy, and in today's video, we're going to be looking at the top 10 best pro wrestlers of the year 2025 so far. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, some of my picks may not be yours, but I highly suggest you stick around to see who I have at number 1. So if you guys are new here, definitely be sure to like this video. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's just hop directly into it. So kicking off in the number 10 spot, I have Roman Reigns. So you're probably wondering, Billy, why would you ever put Roman Reigns so low? You have to understand that we're looking at it from a perspective of the year 2025. And I will tell you guys, Roman has had a very good year in pro wrestling. The problem with it is he hasn't been very active. He hasn't been seen all the time on WWE television. Granted, we had the beginning of the year when they did the Royal Rumble, then we had the build to WrestleMania. Roman was a huge part of that, and that triple threat match at WrestleMania Night 1 is one to actually go home about. Him, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk all destroyed it. And then for many more months, we just never seen Roman Reigns. But Roman is obviously the top guy in WWE. So I feel like it is only right that we put Roman on this list because not only of the accolades, you have to respect Roman for the things that he's done. But at the end of the day, he's not cracking the number 5. He's not cracking the number 1 spot. Roman Reigns, I think, sits really well in this 10 spot. Again, being the face of the company, but understanding that he has taken a lot of time for himself while still maintaining a very prominent role in WWE. I'm a huge Roman fan. I always kind of have been, even in the days where he was getting booed. But at the end of the day, I'm ranking him at number 10. Roman Reigns sits here pretty nicely, in my opinion. So, coming in at my number 9 slot, we have no other than Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker has had a wonderful year. The night after WrestleMania, where he teamed up with Seth Rollins to start and begin their new faction division. Bron Breakker has been on a dominant role. He's had numerous highlights throughout the year 2025. We can go talk about the spear that he did to Carlito that quite literally knocked Carlito off the map, right? Bron Breakker has been one of those developed stars that WWE is highly focused on. He is somebody that they want to get behind. And you can just tell by the way WWE is booking Bron Breakker that they have huge plans for this guy going into the year 2026. And right now, he's in a great story. He's alongside Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman. So he's learning from some of the best in the business today. And he's obviously doing some cool stuff with CM Punk where he's attacking him, things of that nature. And I can only imagine it's quite literally just a matter of time until we see him split away from Seth Rollins to go out and fight for the World Heavyweight Championship. And a video that I've said before, I said Bron Breakker is going to be one of those guys that you see on ESPN. You see him floating around the title. So he sits at the number 9 slot now, but I can imagine when we come and do this in 6 months' time for the year 2026 or whatever, going into 2026, this guy will be much higher on my list than he is right at this very moment. So coming in at number 8, I have no other than Dominic Mysterio. Yes, Dominic is currently one of my favorite active superstars right now. Dominic Mysterio has been one of the best in-ring in the WWE bell-to-bell wrestlers as we speak. He has been doing everything, whether it be online, whether it be in the ring. He is the current Intercontinental Champion. The story that he just had with AJ Styles was so amusing and so fun to watch. It was hard not to enjoy this. So Dominic Mysterio has had a great year. Obviously, everything that he was doing with Liv Morgan, the story that they're telling with the Judgment Day, where it's only a matter of time where we do see Dom turn into a babyface. And I feel like it's happening so naturally that it would be wrong to not put Dom on this list because of the things that are currently happening on TV and how they're flowing. It's flowing beyond well. I'm such a fan of Dom, man. I cannot express the Dom support over here enough. And, you know, now he's doing the things with Roxanne Perez, and he's back in that love triangle. It's just a lot of fun to watch. It's good, entertaining TV currently right now. The Ludwig Kaiser and the El Grande Americano stuff. You have to put Dominic in this spotlight, even strictly based off that WrestleMania moment he had when he won the Intercontinental Championship. Chef's kiss. Coming in at my number 7 spot, we have John Cena. Now, a lot of people are like, Billy, how could you not put John Cena higher on this list? Truth is, they definitely botched that heel turn for John Cena. It was just not what we wanted to see. I feel like the addition of The Rock just felt very wrong, but obviously John Cena has still very much been a focal point in the WWE currently as we speak, and he's done some awesome things. Even in his heel run without The Rock, without Travis Scott, he still made the most of this farewell tour, and now he's transitioned back into a babyface, and he's back out there doing the things that he's doing. Granted, they had to drop it in a very weird way, but I'm not going to hold them accountable for it. I will hold them accountable for the mess-up of not bringing The Rock in to continue doing things, and I'll always hold The Rock accountable for going on the Pat McAfee show and talking about, oh, well, I just had to let John go and do it himself. It just sucks because it felt like instantly that heel turn was buried from the moment it started, but he's had some great matches with the likes of Cody Rhodes, with CM Punk. Granted, they were not the best, but he still is John Cena. He still is the greatest of all time, in my personal opinion. So I feel like it would have been criminal for me not to have John Cena on this list. And now we're going into the better half of the year where we are going to see him work more as a babyface. He's actually getting ready to face Logan Paul at Clash in Paris, which takes place in legitimately 16 days. So it's going to be nice seeing him come out, get that crowd reaction, not for a championship or anything like that, but just going out and doing what John Cena does. Another thing that we all want to see John Cena do is win the Intercontinental Championship. So hopefully later down the line we can get something with him, and if AJ Styles beats Dominic Mysterio this upcoming PLE, hopefully we get John Cena versus AJ Styles at some point for the Intercontinental Championship, potentially in Perth, Australia. I don't know. I would like to see it. But that's why I have John Cena at the number 7 slot. I just feel like they could have done a little bit more with this heel turn. They ultimately, at the end of the day, were able to pivot back to what they were supposed to do in the first place, and that's just let him go out on his feet. He's the ultimate good guy. That's what he's known for. It was nice to see the heel turn for what it was. At the end of the day, didn't need it. Can kind of wipe my hands clean to that. Coming in at my number 6 slot, I have CM Punk. CM Punk has had some great moments this year. In fact, you can make an argument that he belongs in the top 5, and CM Punk is my personal favorite wrestler, so it sucks even having to put him at the number 6 slot. But the reason why is strictly because he hasn't been able to capitalize on everything. He won the World Championship at SummerSlam and then instantly got cashed in on. His stories have been some of the best stories, and he's put on some amazing matches. Obviously, that triple threat match, like we talked about with Roman Reigns, is hands down one of the best, if not the best triple threat match I've seen at a WrestleMania of all time, if I'm just being honest. They put on an outstanding match. His story with Seth Rollins just gets deeper and deeper and deeper, and it's so fun and entertaining to watch. And obviously, he had that stint with John Cena, and he was able to be a part of John Cena's final farewell run. I can respect and love it for the nostalgia feel, and I'm hoping that next year we'll be able to talk about CM Punk in a much higher light, because hopefully he's able to capitalize and really main event WrestleMania, because I feel like he does have the best story right now. And while, yes, I understand he did main event night 1, I feel like the ultimate main event is night 2, and I feel like that's really when you can be like, hey, I main evented WrestleMania. So hopefully him and Seth Rollins, their story continues, and hopefully, just maybe, we can see CM Punk versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 42 in the main event of Night 2, because this story has been one of the best to watch, whether it be Paul Heyman joining Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman turning on Roman and Punk at the same exact time. There's just so much to this storyline, and CM Punk has played such a pivotal role, being a part of that episode of Netflix, the first ever episode where he beat Seth Rollins. It just chef's kiss all around, man. I love CM Punk. I love what he's doing on television. But if I'm being honest, just hasn't really been able to get everything that he wants to get done. So hopefully in this better half of the year, we see that change a little bit going into, the winter months. Coming in at my number 5 spot, we're going to transition away from WWE, and we're going to talk about Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay is a part of AEW, and I feel like it would be criminal not to put him in the top 10 best pro wrestlers of 2025, because no matter what you say, Will Ospreay has always been one of those people to put on some of the best, and I mean best matches, whether it be his steel cage match with Kyle Fletcher, whether it be his tag team match at All In with Swerve Strickland. Will Ospreay, hands down, bell to bell, is probably the best that there is. But again, we're not only basing this on wrestling moves, we're basing on it on stories and things of that nature, and I just feel like it would be criminal not to put Will Ospreay in this list, and it does look like AEW is set to put Will Ospreay in a much bigger role, if you will. I can imagine we can see him become AEW World Champion in 2026. I can imagine that is something that AEW wants. He had his Double or Nothing match with Hangman Adam Page, and I can imagine here soon, maybe in the winter months, whether it be at Revolution or wherever at, we will see him versus Hangman Page, and we will see him become the new AEW World Champion. Maybe at All In next year. I don't know. We'll see. We will see at the end of the day, but yes, I am putting Will Ospreay at number 5 because, again, I feel like that would be criminal not to. So, continuing on with AEW, again, I have to mention Swerve Strickland. He's coming in at the number 4 spot. The reason why I'm putting Swerve Strickland at the number 4 spot is no matter what you say, him and Hangman Adam Page have been and told one of the greatest stories in professional wrestling history, in my opinion. From Hangman burning the childhood home of Swerve to them ultimately meeting back up and Swerve helping Hangman win the AEW World Championship at All In. These guys absolutely 1,000% tore the house down. You could feel all the feelings, and Swerve Strickland gave us that one really funny meme at All In when he helped Hangman Adam Page, where he was just kind of like, yeah, I got your back, brother. It was like a great way to end like a Disney movie. That was one of the things that was said. So again, I feel like it would be criminal not to put Swerve in this because Swerve has had a phenomenal 2025. And again, just another one of those pro wrestlers that I can only see having a bigger 2026. Can't wait to see that guy back with the AEW World Championship because I can imagine he'll have it again. Don't know when, but they'll call back to the Hangman Adam Page stuff, especially because he helped Hangman. I feel like it's only right that we see that match once again. So, yeah, I'm putting Swerve Strickland at my number 4 spot. Coming in at the number 3 spot, since we've talked about Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland, I feel like it would be criminal not to put Hangman Adam Page, who is the current AEW World Champion. As you guys know, he faced Jon Moxley at All In to become the AEW World Champion, and by God, that was one of the best matches that I've ever watched. Hangman Adam Page and his story with Swerve Strickland, for Swerve to ultimately help him at the end of the day, has been so telling. Him and Will Ospreay, their Double or Nothing match, there's only good things to say about Hangman Adam Page. He is hands down top 3 best pro wrestlers of 2025. The character arc and everything has just been so fun to watch. And now we're going to see him versus MJF at Forbidden Door for the AEW World Championship. And he literally played MJF to cash in his gauntlet match contract, or I can't remember exactly what it was. But at the end of the day, Hangman Page is going to have a really good title run, especially while defending them at pay-per-views, because no matter what you say and no matter how you feel about AEW television, their pay-per-views always deliver. I don't care what you say. These guys go out there and they put on some of the greatest matches, legitimately greatest matches. So, again, just feels very criminal not to put Hangman in that number 3 spot because of everything he's done. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we got to hop into the top 2. So coming in at number 2, we have no other than Cody Rhodes. As you guys know, Cody Rhodes did go to WrestleMania. He did lose the WWE Championship. He did get kicked in the balls by John Cena. He did get turned on by John Cena. The stuff with The Rock was actually very entertaining. No matter what you say, Cody Rhodes has been the face of WWE, and this guy now has won back the WWE Championship from John Cena in what looked to be a legitimate apology letter for the match that they had at WrestleMania. As you guys know, the match at WrestleMania was not the greatest, but I'm here to tell you their SummerSlam match easily, hands down, is one of the best matches that I've seen all of 2025. It was a street fight. It was brutal. Those guys tore the house down. It was so nice to see John Cena in that light, especially after he got all those "you can't wrestle" chants. But the story that he told with John Cena ultimately to get back the WWE Championship was very entertaining. It was a lot of fun. We got to see Cody in a more serious light, coming out there just getting more angry. We got to kind of see this darker side of Cody Rhodes, even as a babyface. So again, just feel that it's kind of criminal if I didn't put him in the top 2, especially being the current WWE Champion. I think Cody Rhodes is hands down one of the best that there is today. Just have to put that out there. Top 2, Cody Rhodes. But now, ladies and gentlemen, now we have to go to my number 1 spot. And I think you guys will be a little shocked by this one. Coming in at the number 1 spot, we have no other than the visionary, the revolutionary, the architect, the messiah, whatever you want to call him, Seth freaking Rollins. I'm here to tell you guys I am a Seth Rollins hater. I hate Seth Rollins because I am the biggest CM Punk fan. But by God, I'd be criminal not to put Seth Rollins in this number 1 spot. Seth Rollins has had one of the best 2025s, if not the best. He has had the legitimate best 2025 out of everybody. Seth Rollins has tore the house down, man. This guy with the World Championship, what was supposed to be the B Championship, made it feel like the A. The story with Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, the cash-in, the ruse of the century. I don't know how you do something like that twice. He did it at WrestleMania 31 and then did it again. He legitimately did it again. He sold his injury to his family. Think about that for a second. He walked around on crutches to play the part. You cannot tell me that this gentleman is not dedicated. I will argue till the cows come home that Seth Rollins has hands down had the best 2025, whether it be, again, the WrestleMania match, whether it be the cash-in, whether it be the turn, whether it be the build to WrestleMania. Seth Rollins has torn the house down. His hatred for CM Punk, his hatred for Roman Reigns is now his hatred for the fans. Seth Rollins is the guy. That World Heavyweight Championship, no different than when Triple H had it, is the championship to talk about. Yes, you could say the WWE Championship is great, and yes, I love the WWE Championship. I love what Cody Rhodes is doing, but at the end of the day, Seth Rollins has it. And now he's doing the stuff with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. He's got the Vision. That's the group. He's tearing the house down, no matter what you say. Seth Rollins has had the best 2025. And I cannot make this up. Very, very interested to get your guys' thoughts about this top 10 list. And you guys can let me know everything down in the comment section. I'm very interested to know how you guys felt about my top 10 list. At the end of the day, you guys can let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. And you guys can tell me if I made a mistake, if you hate my list, if you don't. You can tell me all down below in the comment section. Like this video, dislike it, do whatever you feel is necessary for you. But at the end of the day, interested to get what your guys' top 10 list may actually be. So definitely be sure to let me know all of that, again, down below in the comment section. And if you're new here, make sure to smash that like button and make sure to smash that subscribe button because we are on the road to 6,000 subscribers. We are not very far away, so I highly suggest everybody doing so. Other than that, I don't really have much for you guys. I will be talking to you later. We're out of here. Peace.